Good evening, YouTube. This is Roy, and this is Steve, and here's our first ever Banlist prediction videos, live and uncut, just so you guys can get it raw. So,
I didn't say it like that.
but yeah, we just presented it live and uncut. So, let's just get into it. Steve, what are your thoughts on the upcoming F and L list?
Okay. Well, we could talk about it together.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's first go to the banned category. I have 3 cards that I think that should be banned. You ready?
Yeah, we think.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. We got Babel. I don't actually think this card should get banned.
Why? Let's talk about the Babel first.
Babel because Babel, it doesn't necessarily playing on your opponent's turn is kind of bad, but that's like the only thing orcs really have. But because if you get rid of Babel, only thing they're going to do is board soul for game from now on. So that eliminates the Orcus deck. I think they will hit more Simple Skeleton, because Simple Skeleton is the card that brings back the Untargetable Sin card that does the Untargetable Sin. And as a quick effect.
Right.
So I think they were going to hit this card instead of this card, because this card gives originality to Orcus. While this doesn't. Besides, if you think about it, if you hit this card is banned. What do Babel have? What can they do with Babel other than special summon a monster off Harp Horror or send a monster to Grave of Nightmare? There's really nothing else you can really do. This is like the most problematic card out of the Orcus, because the skeleton allow you to revive your demons.
And this is
not just your demons, your long suits as well, with those untargetable sins.
And this is coming from a player that actually plays Orcus. So, like, my thoughts on Babel itself, I feel like it should get hit. Because, like, playing on your opponent turn sucks. But then again, that's my preference for it. Because, like, I just hate when I go into draw phase standby, my opponent would just chain from grave or field due to Babel at all. Like, and then just being able to interrupt me while I'm playing. So, like, that's my reason on why I feel like it should get hit. Like, X'd out, get banned. But that's just my opinion on Babel. I don't like it. Or they need to do something with other monsters like Harp Horror. Hit Harp Horror at least. So,
It's sad because, like, the new Orcus card they bringing out, it doesn't have a banish effect in the grave like the other ones does.
Right.
One thing it does, it becomes a tuner and a Cassandra card, a Foolish Burial card.
Okay.
So if they get rid of this card, there's no other card really in the Orcus other than Harp Horror other than Harp Horror and Nightmare. But people's not going to run the level 1 either, because the level 1 requires you to have a card in hand. This requires setup. This doesn't necessarily require nothing but Babel.
Okay.
So if you're doing your Orcus combo, you can get this out.
Right.
So that's why I think this card is better. This card is better to get hit than this one.
Okay.
But for Sky Striker Orcus, you can hit this card and break that. This literally gets rid of ABC Sky Striker, all the extra unnecessary Sky Striker engines and decks that you don't really need to have, because Konami don't usually like it. That's the main reason they limit this card to 1 in the first place.
We both can agree on Horny Drones being banned too, because, like, I just hate the fact that, like, me personally, I don't like the fact that Sky Striker's been going on for this long, honestly. And then drones, yeah, you get to splash it into everything else just to do different things with the whole Sky Striker engine.
Exactly. And if you hit Hornet drones, Sky Striker still have Ray, and Ray brings itself back, so they do have a way to still constantly play, but without the Hornet drone.
Right.
So I feel like, and then field spell helps them get to Ray. So they got like 5 different ways they can get to Ray, 5, 6 different ways. So I feel like this card would be the one that they would be hit off the ban list, because just for the generic engines that you can put in there. That's all you have to say about these, or you have some more to say?
My opinions on pretty much got everything out in terms of battle and drone, because, like, it's fair, they'll still have their engage. They will still have engage to draw and plus anyway. Right. So it wouldn't hurt to ban the drone.
I could see them semi-limited engage, but I don't think they hitting the card too bad, because they want Sky Striker still to be a deck. They didn't invest all them OTs and stuff.
And both of these decks are getting new support anyway.
Exactly.
Right. So, that's that for that topic.
So for those, I'll just leave it facing this way. Well, let's get to the limiteds.
Okay, here's our limited section. Here are our thoughts on
I know y'all want the Thunder Dragons first, so I was thinking about the OCG, what they did to, like, neuter Thunder Dragons, And I know Hulk is like a one card thunder, like one card Colossus, and like it's like you as many thunders you can put on the field. That's how many Colossus you could literally make just off of one Hulk.
Right.
So I think this will be limited to one. That's a non-given. This will definitely get hit to one because you don't want to spam 2 or 3 into the main monster zone in the future format. Also, you know, just 3 Colossus is just real hard to get over.
Right.
Unless you got like, but they have outs for it. Super Poly, Knee Bruise.
I feel like Hawk should get hit more, but I mean they have Colossus at 1 in the OCG, so we can be fair on that. So we might get Colossus to 1, but still, I mean, I guess it's just me because I'm just now picking up the deck, but I feel like they should leave Thunder Dragon alone, honestly, because what's the use of bringing us a revised rule where you could put fusions in the main monster zone now?
Just think about if you feel that way, think about Zodiac. Zodiac's had XZ monsters. They could just summon off of 1 card. That could have been very good in Link format, but it wouldn't have been busted like it was in Master Rule 3.
Right.
So but they neuter the deck because they didn't want the shenanigans that you could do with Zodiacs. Just like the shenanigans you could do with this card, especially with the new card that coming out. There's just too much shenanigans.
Okay.
Just protecting your Colossus. Now you can protect all 3 Colossus. Like, come on now. That's too much. Another card hit to 1, Harp Horror. This is like combo stars, 1 card combo. If you get it engraved, you could just normal summon it. Instant fusion, link it off.
Right.
Still combo. So this card probably will be hit to 1. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, but for those that are tuning into this, I hope you guys were able to view like the YCS 2020 in Sydney, Australia with the top 3 decks, and of course, Orcus took it.
Orcus had 20 showings in there.
Yep. So like if you're not following them on Facebook and social media, like we highly recommend to do so. That's like one of the reasons why we're able to pick out these cards too for our opinions on the list. But yeah, let's continue. I have no thoughts on Hardcore. I just agree that it should go to 1. What?
Oviraptor. OCG hit this card to 1 for a reason. A real Dino player would tell you don't need this card. It's literally just a starter. It's a 1 card, and then Fossil Dig is not a once per turn search. So if you got 2-3 Fossil Digs, you can search this and your miscellaneous. And miscellaneous is so broken. This is just another way to search miscellaneous. So you have 9 miscellaneous in your deck when you run 3 of these and 3 Fossil Digs. So that's why I think they will do something to Dinos. I don't think Dinos coming out unscathed.
Right. I'm not an avid Dino player, but I know that's like one of the main starters of the deck. So that being to 1, it probably won't hurt the deck that much, but it's just that yeah. If they have it in the OCG like that, then yeah, we could manage it too. I mean, we could still play Altergeist with 1 multi-faker. So.
You can also shuffle it back off of Qualis.
Right. See, I forgot about that.
So the last card is Cerulean to 1. Everybody been talking about this card. It doesn't really do much on its own, but in the new Master Rule, I believe this card will be busted because now you can summon Link monsters and you can summon your monsters anywhere. You don't need to summon under Cerulean no more. So I think Cerulean will be completely busted. I think they need to hit that to 1. And I played 3 Cerulean.
I agree. Like Saryuja, I just hate the fact that you could play someone across the table. They go into 1 Saryuja, you could ash it, you could do whatever you want. But then if they're still able to extend and bring out more, it's like you just wasted your hand trap in your deck just so they can keep modifying their hand to play against you. And yes, Saryuja needs to go to 1.
If you think about it, Cerulean, if you summon 3 Ceruleuas in 1 turn, you then drew 12 cards, and then you put back 9 different cards that you didn't need, including the cards that you are not including the cards you already had in hand. So this card is busted. Plus,
it is.
At BA, you can just get so much advantage off of it.
Right.
You have anything else to say about these?
No other thoughts on that.
Okay. For the card that's I think going to be semi-limited, is only 1, and it's the Marionetta. This deck is literally coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back strong. And the fact that they hit multi-fragger to 1, it doesn't hurt the deck because of this card. So I feel like they would probably hit this card to try to force people to play Sangans and try to force the Amarage plays and stuff just to get more sales off their Amarage. So I believe this card might get semi-limited.
Like me personally, I mean, multi-faker was something because it could special summon from the deck if it resolves correctly. But in terms of Meloseek, I don't see me personally. I don't see an issue with Meloseek. You get to poke your opponent
directly,
right? and then like once it leaves the field, you search.
No.
It's
When you poke your opponent directly, and then you can send one card your opponent control to the grave.
oh yeah, okay.
And then you can link it off and search.
Okay.
It's just a very powerful card. This is literally what keeps Ultrageists alive. This card by itself.
Yeah, but Ultrageists aren't doing anything, so like
They
that's.
have.
I mean, they got what, one showing in Australia for 2020.
Australia,
one showing.
But you have to look at we have been multiple Ultrageist decks topping. We had 2 different Ultrageist decks go first place. The Ultrageist is still doing work in the format. You can't forget Mr. Salt. He plays this deck. He have top first place,
fourth place region. Yep.
First place and 4th place. So he have been putting work in with this deck. This deck is not dead by a long shot. This deck is very live just because of this card. And even in the videos, like you watch the other videos, they'll tell you that they don't run Sangame because of this card. So what's another way for Konami to promote All Mirage and Battle Heroes, the Hero Legends card set?
So
it's this.
Basically put certain control decks in check too. I mean, like how, but it's okay.
Because what they did for Subterrors, they hit Terraforming. They hit Terraforming to 1, so you don't have 5 different hidden valleys in your deck. Searchable ways to get the hidden city. I said hidden valley.
My verdict is that it should stay to 3. And
I think it should be semi-limited.
Okay.
I played the deck, so I know. That's what I figured. Let's go to the cards that should come off the list. Back to 3. I'm gonna start off with Pantheism and Monarchs. I was a big Monarch fan. This card is right now, I believe it's at 2, and it's not doing anything. It's at 1 or 2. But it's not really doing anything.
I think it's still at 1. Pretty sure it's probably it's at 1.
Okay. Well, I believe it could come back to 3. Monarch's not doing anything. They don't have nothing in their deck that they really could draw to that's just busted. There's nothing really in their deck that's busted.
Right. Unless we are forgetting something about Monarchs, let us know in the comments.
Exactly. But it's another control deck.
Right.
But the last card should go back to 3 is Solid Warning.
I agree.
Solid Warning come back to 3. I don't think it would do anything. Judgment is at 3.
And we have Strike at 3.
And Warning is at 1. So why have Warning at 1 if Warning is like the least wanted solemn card and we got Judgment at 3?
I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So let's go to, you ready to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right. A card that should be back to 1. You guys probably gonna hate me for this, but I think Masterpiece should at least come back to 1. Because I don't see True Draco getting any type of boost from Master Rule 5. Unless they're going to start building more extra deck, True Draco. But even if they do that, they still have to have some type of card in their deck that gives them a power boost in the Master Rule.
I mean, that's something I agree on. Like, because come to Revision, True Dracos, yeah, they're a nice control deck. If we have, like, Masterpiece at 1, with everyone trying to use, DDDs, the fish for totally awesomes and all this other stuff, he should be able to come back at 1. And you can easily out him with a Kaiju.
Yep.
You can Kaiju him. You can Dark Ruler note. Well, you can't. You can't Dark Ruler.
One thing about True Draco Masterpiece, they always want to have him affected by spells because he gets the protection from your field spell. Also, he gets the boost attack boost from your field spell. So a lot of times they just gonna make him unaffected by trapping monsters.
Yeah, it's certain players that would probably do all 3, but yeah, I mean.
That's why I said at 1, they won't have an opportunity to put 2 on, make 1 unaffected by monsters and spells and trap monsters. If you got 1, then they could just only make it unaffected by 2 cards.
Exactly, yeah.
Besides, look at all the link cards. We got the Mech Knight Crusader Overmax. It can't be targeted by nothing, you know. Boilo can't be targeted by monster effects. This card literally targets, you know. So
yeah, I agree. He should come to 1. Especially for the revised format.
Yeah, he should just come back to 1. There's no reason for him to stay on the ban list. His protection factor is not that crazy, and he's not that high attack. We summon 4K beaters all the time, 35 beaters all the time. Colossus Titan is a 32 beater. Easy way to out the card. For the last card, I think Argupain is the one should come back because it requires the people to summon cards to link arrows. Even a new Master Rule, this card will make people, because right now in new Master Rule, or Master Rule 4, it was busted because you couldn't summon to your main monster zone. But now that we get into the form where we can summon anything to our main monster zone, I don't see why this card won't come back. This will literally force people to actually use links and use link arrows if they try to play any dragon deck, because they're gonna want to play guard dragon Argopane.
Right. So like my verdict for it is that I feel like it should still be banned, only due to the fact like what was the Archfiend Dragon you can get off of it without
Heart Red Dragon.
Yeah, without even having to use Synchro Monsters to go into it. It's like it's a busted mechanic. Like, hey, you get me out. If you get me out correctly, your prize is going into your extra deck to get one dragon that you don't have to hard summon.
Exactly, and that would force people to play more links, and it will support more of the link, extra decks, the link cards in the extra deck, because now you have to play Pisty, LP. You got Argopane back now. It'll make the guard dragons more powerful, because the guard dragons is not that powerful. They don't do too much in the format.
I mean, yeah, but you still have a Heroic Seal for a bounce, though. That still counts for something.
It's just a bounce, though. It doesn't do anything other than bounce one card, and it's a 0 attack monster. You can literally start your turn by attacking to it.
Right, but don't you special summon a monster from the deck, too? A dragon monster from the deck off of...
You can, but it has to be in the extra monster zone in order to have that effect. So if you could put Heretic Seal in any of these zones, you won't get the special summon from the deck effect. It has to be in that extra monster zone. That's why I said it will make people have to get rid of their Argopane, and then it gives people more ways to tune it into their cards when they don't have to just flood the field now.
Okay.
But you still have to do at least 5 summons, so you still get hit by Nebrew and Permanence, Effect Veiler. You get hit by so many different cards with this. If you know your opponent playing Synchros, you can play D-Barrier still, and you can stop whatever they bringing out.
Yeah. But yeah, these are our thoughts on the FNL list, upcoming FNL list, and we just want to get this out because like we've been talking about it for weeks too.
This is our first Banlist prediction video, so like, subscribe, give us some feedback on what we could do better, and that's it.
Right, yeah. What do you think we'll get touched, untouched, and unlimited and coming back? So give us your thoughts on our thoughts of it, and then your own thoughts. We are out.